shit.
Alrighty. We are gathered today, Easter 2025, and for the 100 subscriber party, and with friends of the
channel.
Friends of the channel.
What, you want my name?
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
Elijah. You'll see me in the comments as Aaron Van Houten.
All right.
And Augustus.
All right. So,
Just Augustus.
and we are just gotta do a free
We're
form.
just celebrating hitting 100 subscribers.
And thank
Thank you,
to
yes.
all the subscribers.
Yeah.
You all are wonderful and terrific. And 14% of you are female, so I gotta love that because 14% is a high
That's
high quotient.
an old number. It's lower now.
Lower?
Yeah, last I checked.
Oh.
Yeah, it was under 10% last
We
I
will
checked.
eventually fix that.
But we need,
now.
girls can be nerds too. It's fine.
Yeah.
Nerd girls rule.
I wouldn't go that far, but okay. So, what are we gonna talk about? Start her off, Elijah.
I don't know.
What is it about what we're doing that you particularly like or don't like, or what? Is there any room? There's always room for improvement, but
Oh, yeah. There's room for it.
what do you think of what we're doing though?
Oh, it's nice. This is a pretty good setup for what you guys got here.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple guys out in the middle of nowhere.
Nope.
Oh.
Out in the sticks.
Yeah, just a couple of OG nerds talking nerdly stuff. Pretty much.
Do we want to do the furthest point of light? We're farthest from it.
Calling is,
That's how I was describing it.
Yeah.
you know, just calling it like we see it.
3 hours from nowhere.
Yeah. Absolutely.
About, no,
And then nowhere is Modesto. It's ugh.
More like 3 hours from everywhere.
Yeah, right.
You know, anywhere you want to go from here is about 2-3 hours away.
Yeah.
But being here is not like where you want to go. Like you can't go.
No.
Like you want to go to the beach, you want to go to the mountains, you want to go, wherever. It's only a couple hours away. You want to go to the city. Bay Area is only a few hours away.
So it's not a hub.
But-
It's not a hub.
It is only about an hour out of Modesto, which is where George Lucas grew up.
Yeah.
I actually used to work with a guy that went to high school with him. He didn't know him personally or anything, but he had the yearbook with his picture in it to prove it.
Wow.
Yeah. So he did go to high school in the early 60s at the same time Lucas was a student there.
All right. I'm gonna do some fast throwing at you guys.
All right.
There was a question posed somewhere in my YouTube watchings, that if George Lucas still had Star Wars, that it would be just as bad as if Disney owned it. Whatever he did with it, it would be just as bad as if what Disney did to it.
I would say unlikely, but we also wouldn't have known how bad it would have actually been.
It's just a tough call because it's worse.
As bad as that?
Yeah,
As bad as what Disney did to it.
No way.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because and
It could have been not good, but it would never have been as bad as what Disney's done to it.
And it's also under the supposition that the prequels were garbage. There was stuff that wasn't perfect about them, but I enjoyed them for what they were because it was Star Wars. Yeah.
But look at the difference now in people's appreciation of the prequels as opposed to when they released.
But I always liked them.
I did too.
Yeah. I mean, I know you have problems with the second one.
Yeah, but you know what? I liked it first time through.
Yeah, and anytime
You know,
she jumps off that skiff
On
and
viewing it a few times over, I was like, you know what? This movie's got a lot of issues, man. Oh, this could have been so much better.
yeah.
If it wouldn't have taken much to tighten it up.
So, do you think that he needed to have somebody besides his own ego talking to himself to make these movies? They would have been better?
Yeah, his friends
Yes.
obviously directed them better.
Yes.
No.
But
You
No.
say that Kathleen Kennedy was there too, and
But she's just an executive producer. They don't do anything.
She's a coffee girl.
No, they don't do anything.
Yeah.
Did you see the Star Wars Celebration thing where they're talking about how she was part of the creation of all these things? No. Yeah. Anyway, and then when she,
Lucas right now though, I'd be going like, hey, Darth Jar Jar.
Fucking A.
That's how it was.
Yeah.
They made me change it.
Yeah.
but
So you don't buy into that it would be as bad or worse if he still owned it.
oh God, no.
no.
Okay.
I don't think there would be as much material and content coming from him
We might have actually got
But-
Underworld.
with him in charge of it.
Yeah.
It would not have been what they've done to it. Absolutely not.
There would have been some form of quality control, basically.
Right? Yeah, there wouldn't have just been series after series after series that are all very bad.
Yes.
We'd have a few.
No.
Or hopefully better than mediocre.
And he would at least be in a position to step in and say, this and this and this is not consistent with
Yeah.
what Star Wars is or whatever. He
And
knows.
considering that he changed Revenge to Return because the money, so
It makes me wonder, though. I mean, would Tony Gilroy have been able to do Rogue One for us? It would have been great if he did.
and I would have. I want to see.
I would like to think so because that one tied to the original film.
Yeah,
And George Lucas, I think he would have liked the idea.
I want to see the original cut where it is more apocalypse now.
Yeah.
But at the very least, that one was made with it at least felt like a genuine respect to the original rather than
Oh, yeah.
we can do the original better.
Yeah.
No, and all the Easter eggs and things that
You mean the member berries?
That was not member berries.
I know.
It was all killer.
Yeah.
Especially when
And they made
the
new
Gold
stuff.
Squadron and the Red Leader and all
Right,
that. I
yeah.
mean, that was killer.
Yeah.
Loved it.
So, Tony Gilroy, let's move into Andor. Do we want to talk about... Yes, let's talk about What's Bieber's thing at fucking... What's his name?
Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah.
And the crack we made about who you voted for?
Yeah. Because with that, I was like... Because I saw it on DW Pro or whatever it is.
And
And I'm
I've
like,
seen it a couple
motherfuck.
times.
And
all
I'm like,
I used was that one
little
comment
section
that you made, but I watched the whole segment, and it was earlier in the segment they talked about the election, and Kimmel said something along the lines of, "Well, who do you think I voted for?" So when he said depends on who you voted for, he was talking to Jimmy directly, not to the general public. Even though it sounded like that, because is the force within everyone everywhere? And he said, well, it depends on who you voted for. But he was talking, that was a dig directly at Jimmy for the crack that he had made about it earlier.
What do we think about that?
It's possible.
It might have been a poor choice of words,
Yeah.
but it was directly responding to something earlier in the segment. It wasn't just out of his ass.
It needed more context than it's being given right now.
Yes, it's another one of those being taken out of context.
Good, because I really
And
didn't want to...
weaponized against him.
I really didn't want to have to be like, I'm not going to fucking watch Andor because this cunt couldn't fucking shut his mouth.
Right.
We don't want.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, they
There you go.
They did bring
So,
up the
DW Pro was clickbaiting. Oh.
and they did bring up the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, because he's Mexican, and how did he feel about it, and all that shit. And then
I don't have a Gulf named after my country anymore. I don't want a Gulf of America. Fuck. It's water.
it didn't seem like he really gave a shit one way or the other either. But it did come up.
Yeah.
It did come up, and I did like when he first came out, and him and Guillermo had a little exchange. It was fun. Guillermo even said, "May the force be with you."
Oh, so it wasn't like kissing on the mouth or anything. Okay, good.
No,
good.
No,
He said exchange. I'm like, what? I don't
just had
know.
between the two of them,
A little
because,
talk,
they're
a little-
both Mexicans, right?
Okay.
Wow, so they just know each
And they had
other.
they had a little Mexican bonding moment.
Sort of like that teacher, that art teacher I had at Stan State, and he was English,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, do you know about Alan Moore? He's like, who? I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, all right, so we'll see how it goes. Are y'all going to watch Andor season 2? You don't count because we can't vote because
We've already said what we think.
Yeah.
I can't wait. It's coming next week.
I
I
don't
can't
have
wait.
access to it, so no.
you're not going to fly on the high seas.
No.
Don't care.
No, don't care.
You just don't give ferrets fornication.
Not really.
Okay.
Maybe someday if it's ever free on Amazon Prime or something. You know?
Okay.
If I watch it, I'm definitely sailing the 7 seas. If you will.
Because that's how we saw the first 3 or 4 episodes of
Mandalorian season 3.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And goddamn,
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
I would have shot the TV if I'd paid for that.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
And I love the comment. Like, I could fly that ship better. And you have the little model. Yeah.
I used to play X-Wing.
So,
So I'm like, why is the fighters chasing this way? This is so stupid. I was like, oh, great. He's bringing real life into fucking fantasy.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
He's
dude.
one of them.
I mean,
Yeah. It's all right.
I mean, there's only so far you can suspend your disbelief.
Oh, yeah.
And with Mandalorians, when Grogu went to get help,
Ugh.
dude, that should have taken him at least a day or two to fly sublight out to that moon, get Bo-Katan to hop in and go back with him.
I don't even think she
And-
would have done it because she is such a bitch.
And I mean, they portrayed it like it'll happen within a matter of minutes, like half an hour tops.
Yeah.
No,
They seem to have done
it
something.
take you half an hour just to clear the planet's atmosphere.
That seems to be a problem that Lucasfilm Disney seems to be having a problem with. Is like in Ahsoka, they were bouncing around a lot without consideration of timing
Right.
and that sort of thing.
And the Acolyte.
I mean, how long
just
did it-
boom, they're there.
How long did it take the Falcon to get to Alderaan? I mean, they were there for hours.
Yeah. And how long did it take to get to Bespin?
Right.
There are nerds, including retro bitching, who have done the work or stolen the work from somebody who
Yeah,
actually
but-
did it. Who how long it took to get from where they were to Bespin.
At whatever hyperspace speed and all that. Yeah.
You're
You know, there are those out there. They're going to
Yeah.
do that. They're
And that's fine.
take the time.
as fans, we can hand wave it, but when it's
No, you
impossible to ignore
Yeah.
levels of
You can't hand wave some things.
Some things, yeah.
some things, but
And
this
even,
is
they did
too
in the
much.
Obi-Wan series too, man. After he had his confrontation with Vader and he hopped in the ship and went back to Tatooine, he was there within like minutes. No,
Yeah.
and they just had no. It's like you hop in the ship and it's almost like you have a transporter to take you
I would say
to another friggin' star system, however many light years away between you.
they're trying to Star Trek it, not old Star Trek, new Star Trek.
Just
So I would say Bobby and
And
KK,
again-
you need to do better, but you're not going to listen, so I'm not going to say it.
Let's listen to that. Another example of bad writing, and people who are doing the writing are not considering things like
Yeah.
they should, that they could justify it or make it
Yeah.
make sense.
Yes.
Please make it make sense.
They only care
Even
about.
in this galaxy far away, things have to make sense, man.
They're only interested in the little theater piece they're given. How the characters get from piece to piece doesn't matter to them
Or
because
plot point to plot point.
that's a
Right.
different writer.
Right,
who's gonna
no,
ruin
they hop
the
in the
day.
cockpit, and the next thing you know, they're landing on the planet, and it's like, wait a minute, how did he get there so
Let me
fast?
see if I can pronounce it without stuttering. Verisimilitude. That's what
Yes.
we're missing.
Yes.
And just attention to detail,
Yeah.
which is what made Andor so great. The attention to detail in it,
Yeah.
and not in just the writing, but the production design, the sets, the costumes, the details were just
Those fucking instruments.
the little droids and
Yeah.
and all the different aliens you saw in the background. They were just inconsequential, but they were there,
Yeah.
and that was the detail that just made it.
It feels like a proper lived-in world as people
Yes.
throw out. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, Ferrex especially felt like yeah. I mean, it looked a lot like Galaxy's Edge, kind of does, but
Less on fire, less naked people running
But-
around causing trouble.
well, that and less,
My.
less theme park
Yeah.
ish, But yeah, Galaxy's Edge does look a lot like what Ferrex looked like.
Was that intentional? Or was it they were just trying to save?
I don't think so because when they put it together, it was supposed to be some, sequel era
Yeah.
world, like it's almost like a Mos Eisley spaceport on the world that they created for the theme park.
Oh.
It's like a hubbub of commerce and activity.
Makes you want to go read a book, you know?
Yeah, right.
Star Wars has plenty of that.
I lament the fact there was no Basilisk droids with Mandalorians, and that's too much Old Republic.
There we go. Yeah. Alrighty. Next.
So, what's coming up? We just wrapped up Daredevil, which I enjoyed. I got particular issues with some of it. But
Did you guys watch Daredevil at all?
Not the new one. I've seen the old Netflix one.
Yeah.
I like that one. That was pretty good.
I haven't heard anything outwardly bad about it, so I assume it's good, at least good.
There's nothing
I'll tell you,
egregious to bitch about
it
it.
didn't suck.
No.
Straight
But
up
it
didn't
wasn't-
suck.
it wasn't-
But it wasn't really.
I gotta get to the fucking TV and I gotta watch it right now. Shut the fuck up. I'm watching TV.
Daredevil's on,
Yeah. No, nothing like that.
No, but
It was not Deep Space Nine.
because I subscribed to Netflix in the first place for the Marvel content when it hit because I wasn't on Netflix at the time,
And they didn't have all the services.
Right.
and I did have some particular issues with the series at first, but when as it went on and I saw what they were really doing with it, I was like, okay, no, I get what this is. It doesn't all have to be just all Miller based, even though it's fully Miller inspired.
Yeah.
And there's that influence on it. But
Hey, at least he got credit.
Yeah.
Unlike
I mean, again,
Batman versus Superman. Just saying.
yeah.
Oh.
And, like, I thought that bringing Elektra in when they did was premature because we hadn't even met Bullseye yet. And then we get Bullseye in season 3, and that was really cool. I dug it.
Yeah.
Them action sequences, Daredevil and Bullseye going for it.
But it's Elektra.
Like they were straight lifted right out of the comics, man. It was killer.
It's Elektra. I mean, and
Of course.
Hanja.
Of course.
Ugh.
But, and of course, it wasn't like 100% fully based on the original stories because, I mean, you would have had to know who Bullseye was
To get.
to get him to kill her. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, in the god awful Ben Affleck thing, they actually quoted the comic book
Oh.
when he killed her. You got some good moves in you, gal, whatever. But me, I'm magic. And he threw the card at her. That was direct quote from the original Daredevil 181. And
Alrighty.
was, I mean, in that movie, it was so out of
I
place.
can't believe you watched it.
I went to the theater and saw it.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Yeah.
And
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm that old, man. But no, man,
I've seen it too, but I didn't go to the theater.
I remember going to the
The-
theater to see fucking Mystery Men.
the
Ugh.
That would have been fun.
Oh, it was. Because there was like 10 people, and my sister and I were the only ones laughing. The spleen. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
oh, dude, Mystery Man was one of the best ones. Oh, love that movie. But no, I mean, Colin Farrell, he was great, but he asked the Kingpin for a costume, literally on screen. I'll do it, but first I want a bloody costume, and they didn't give him one. So what
Yeah,
the
you're
fuck
really-
was the line even doing there?
I'm really hung up about that because you
I
mentioned it a
am.
couple times. Yeah.
I am. I thought that was just what. Why did they even put the line in there if they're not going to give him the fucking costume?
That's a good question.
It was skipped in editing.
I mean, I can understand that they might not want to make him look ridiculous in the traditional, but they could have done a variant of or whatever of what Bulls, because he had the target scar whatever on his forehead.
Well, maybe Affleck just didn't want to have the competition, and
You know what I love?
all the leather was for him.
You know what I loved in the Netflix Daredevil
Speaking of
season
Christopher
3
Street.
when young Poindexter was on the baseball team and the baseball hat had the bullseye on it.
That was good.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, all right, now we're going to talk about the big turd that's going to come up. Thunderbolts.
I mean,
Well,
It's
okay,
it's
now, wait a
scheduled to track.
it
It's
it
scheduled.
might not be such a big turd. I think it's gonna be followed by even a bigger turd.
Oh no, we're
in
gonna get to that.
July.
We're gonna get to that steamer. Yeah, but let's talk about Thunderbolts. Eric and I are gonna go see it. I want to see it because it's not as offensive as Marvels or what were the other ones recently that I didn't go see?
Mania.
Quantum Mania or the Fantastic Four. So, I like the joke of, he's washing his arm in the dishwasher. I like that it's this super cybernetic, super powered
But
arm.
it's dishwasher safe.
Yeah.
Well, it's vibranium. It's
Yeah,
not
well,
gonna
no,
hurt it.
it's all,
But all the electronics and shit.
that's
Right,
what
right.
So I was like, all right.
But it is so well engineered, you can run it through a dishwasher, right?
And I hate to say it because he was a god awful Hellboy, but
Oh.
the Red Guardian,
David Harbour.
yeah,
I do like the Red Guardian.
mean, I didn't-
like him in it.
I kind of didn't like Black Widow movie, but I liked him in it. And I think you got a thing for Elena. You just got to work it out.
I can't help it. Florence Pugh, man. I mean, after that, she should be like the rising star of the MCU right now, and they're not doing anything with her.
They're not doing anything with any of them. And then what is it about Ghost that she's not actually going to be there?
I don't know.
I heard something about that. Like she's not actually. It's all just kind of cut-ins to like. So I need to do more.
Like she's like phasing in remotely or some shit.
No,
or,
it's like the.
or like the actress just wasn't there, and they're like having to splice her into the scenes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she's absent from so many of the trailers. Who knows? I hadn't heard that. No.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna go see it. Erica's gonna go see it. We're gonna try and see it on opening day or the preview day Thursday.
I mean, people are like they're
And I mean, I want to. Hey, if it's bad, I will grab the first shovel to put that dirt on that coffin. But if it's not bad, I'm gonna, hey, it's not.
We just
it's
go
not
on like we see it. If it's not bad, we say so.
Yeah.
If it sucks, we say so.
So I mean, I would love to be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be shit like everything else.
I just hope it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
And
I hate
and the
Elaine.
thing is like Daredevil didn't suck, but still nobody watched.
Yeah, it wasn't
Thunderbolts
horrible, but
could-
it wasn't great.
Could potentially not suck, and still nobody goes.
Yeah.
The apathy set in. They did this to themselves.
Oh no, they did. Are you two gonna go see it, or I'm not even interested? Just
I'm
God.
looking way forward to more Wyatt Russell as John Walker. I loved him in the Falcon Winter Soldier, and I've been dying to see more of him. I'm looking forward to seeing more Red Guardian, the Yelena. I could really give one shit or another over seeing the Taskmaster again, or
Really? Because she's got that thing like
yeah.
I could live on that for a long time.
And I actually really liked the Black Widow movie, in spite of myself. And after you really digest what it was, and that
Yes, but more than anything else, the problem was it should have been right after Iron Man 2.
well but
That's its biggest fault.
but the whole thing with Dreykov's daughter and how he turned her into the Taskmaster, it does check.
Yeah.
Why not? And there have been multiple people carry the Taskmaster mantle in the comics. So that's not unprecedented either. They could have another Taskmaster show up and it could be somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's okay because it's precedented.
Yeah.
So I got over that. At first I was like, what the are you kidding me? And then, after really seeing how they fit it into their storytelling needs.
And the last trailer should have been the trailer at the Super Bowl.
At least-
And why the hell didn't they do that? What is
Right.
wrong with Marvel and Star Wars? They don't know how to shoot movies or tell stories. They don't know how to make TV interesting.
I just have one more thing
what's the
about
problem?
the Taskmaster was at least they didn't do with the Taskmaster like what they did to MODOK in Quantumania. That's all I'm saying. That was inexcusable.
I didn't see that, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, no.
I saw enough clips online to know, like, ooh.
It was bad, huh?
I don't even know what this movie's supposed to be about. They never.
MODOK was
They do.
MODOK.
Yeah, Thunderbolts. I mean, I get what they are, but I don't. What are they tell they're supposed to be doing?
Century, but then they don't really.
The Century
They're
Boys.
just hanging out at Bucky's apartment while he washes his arm away. I mean, that'd be amusing, but
And like apparently, oh, I sent you down to kill each other, and then you became a team.
yeah, that's like all I heard.
Like,
Is just that line.
Because the original Thunderbolts were when Heroes Reborn after Onslaught in the comics. They went to a pocket universe created by Franklin Richards. The Thunderbolts filled the vacuum that the Avengers left.
Right.
And they were all, and it was Citizen V, which was Baron Zemo, and they were all bad guys, the Beetle, and all this other horse shit. And then it kept going on. And it was just, But they actually could have done something with this instead of what they did with it.
Well, what gets me is that, okay, we just got introduced to the Red Hulk in, the Cap movie.
Well, for those people that saw it, I still haven't been introduced. I'm fine with
And
knowing.
I've heard it was a very short introduction.
the Thunderbolts themselves, the team itself, was named after Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah.
Because he's the one who put the team together in the first place, and there's going to be no mention of him in this movie. So where do they get the Thunderbolt name from? Why do they start calling themselves the Thunderbolts? And they're all taking objection to it every time Red Guardian says, "We're the Thunderbolts," and I said, "Shut, quit saying that." Like,
Maybe he's
and the asterisk,
Maybe he's a Thor fan.
the asterisk at the end of the title, suggests that it's
In progress.
that or it's not.
Working title.
That's working title.
It's not the name that they're going to eventually adopt or whatever. But
Well, then why?
why call themselves Thunderbolts if there's no Thunderbolt Ross involved in their coming together?
And again, like I said, this movie would have been great 4 years ago. Now it's just kind of like,
Yeah, especially on the heels of these series where these characters were
heels
introduced to
of
us.
Endgame and all that other stuff.
I
where
mean, it
we
was
still had-
what? It's been 10 years since we saw Ghost.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp was 2015, wasn't it?
Uh-huh. I believe so.
I mean,
Well,
So now she's old. So yeah.
stop it. But no, I mean, she's somebody that people are going to have to like rack their brains to remember. Who's this again? Especially
Why is this
normies.
important? Yeah.
Especially the normies that really are not so fucking, you know.
Yeah, you two are both really big nerds about this, but for normal people and even half fans like me, it's like, I don't know who any of these people
so
are.
they're the B team.
Right, because
But where are the Avengers? We don't know. Hopefully they tell us in that movie.
not the diehards that we are that have actually watched all of these series and, you know, are familiar.
What it
90%
should be.
of the audiences that they're targeting are not.
Yeah.
Surface level. Yeah.
And they were not scalpers, but trying to like make money off comic books. Investors. Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that Comic Con I went to. Oh yeah, we need to get the one where she has the first
Remember
safety
that?
armor.
I remember. I mean, whether you really cared for the primary plot of the Falcon Winter Soldier, and a lot of people didn't. Wyatt Russell was the reason to watch, man.
Yeah, he wasn't
I
bad
loved
at all.
him as John Walker, and the story arc that they gave
But,
him and how he played it.
but he was underdeveloped too. They should have really worked into him
But
more.
he did the most he could with what he had. He really did. I thought he was the reason I kept tuning in. I thought he was great. You know, especially in that role, and they call him the U.S. agent at the end. And so why is he still John Walker in the trailers where they got the people's names displayed on the screen? And you got everybody else's code name, but you get to John Walker and it's just John Walker. He's the U.S. agent, man.
Is this
Come on.
Is there a problem of like what they were doing with you have to watch this TV show or this movie to get these characters?
No, it's
As
just
well,
that they were introduced in these series.
Yeah.
So if you've seen them, you've got a little bit more of a background on them.
Yeah.
But
people
you
like
shouldn't
me
have to
haven't.
be required to see them to get it. You know, maybe it's your first introduction to these characters. So what? Go see it and see for yourself if you like them. And everybody's all, I've never heard of these guys. Why would I go see this movie?
So they made a movie that's supposed to be straight for super fans, but they somehow the target they went for was people who don't actually know who any of these people are or care.
Yeah. They were going for the normie audience because that's the vast
Well,
majority.
you know what? That is not that unreasonable either, is to introduce characters that nobody's ever heard of to an audience that has no expectations going in.
All right.
Why not?
But they aren't. But this isn't James Gunn.
Right. I
Just
mean,
saying.
fucking nobody had ever heard of Ant-Man before, and look how that movie did.
Yeah.
Because it was good.
Yeah, that was
Guardians of the
good.
Galaxy. They
It was during a
Oh,
time.
dude, I couldn't believe it when I heard they were doing. Are you kidding me? Out of everything you have to choose from, pick and choose from, your whole friggin' all your IPs, Guardians of the Galaxy right now, and
Well, it's because
and came out and it was really good.
it came out during a really good time because they were doing the regular main Avengers cast really well. So everyone's like, oh, I don't know who this is, but this might be fun. So they go and watch it. But if they keep doing shit like this, well, where's the hype?
But it also it was important that it introduced the whole cosmic side of the Marvel universe, which we needed because Thanos and the gems, and it tied into the Infinity Saga,
So where do we want to go next?
and it was necessary because they were going to come back to it.
Do we want to do Doomsday, or do we want to talk about the big turd?
Well, the big turd is coming sooner than the Doomsday, and we can save that best for last.
Oh, that's a shocker. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about Doomsday. Do any of us give a shit about it?
Who's playing Doomsday in this?
No. Right? Exactly.
Right, exactly. That's the point right there.
I remember the last one.
Avengers Doomsday, Doctor Doom.
Yeah. I remember the last Fantastic Four movie.
Fourth Dick? Or the Josh Trank one, or the one before that with Jessica Alba?
Jessica Alba.
Okay. That was
Oh, and
The guy from Nip Tuck.
there's even people
Yeah, that
out
guy.
there.
I can't remember his name for the life.
Yeah.
Even though he was in everything back then.
Yeah, that guy that was Doctor Doom. Yeah.
So do we need 50 people?
Okay, so
We need Shang-Chi in that movie.
no, well,
No.
I'm still stuck on this here with
Yeah.
the Doomsday and the confusion over the title. Even who's going to play Doomsday? Doomsday's a DC character, man. He's not even a Marvel character.
Right? So why would you name your fucking movie after a goddamn DC character? You fucking mouth-breathing mongoloid motherfucks. What is wrong with you?
I mean, they did that for Miracle Man.
Right?
He was Marvel Man in Britain, but when they brought him to the U.S., to avoid any issues with Marvel or confusion of any kind, they changed it to Miracle Man.
Did they think their movie was going to be more hyped up than the Fantastic Four with Doom? Is that why they did it?
I don't know. Or were they trying... Or hold on, wait. I just thought of this. Were they trying to confuse people because it was going to come out around the same time as Superman?
I don't think it was that so much. It just there was a storyline, that was Avengers Doomsday featuring Doctor Doom. That's what it's named after.
Yeah.
But nobody knows that.
I don't even know that. I have comic books. If
If
it was written after
It's not
2016, I just read them.
play on words, Doctor Doom, Doomsday. I mean, but the title it could be clearer that way. Just the Avengers Doomsday.
Or just Doom.
Enter Doom.
Or Avengers 5.
Isn't that what they used
Doom.
to say?
Yeah.
Enter Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
It's our first look at him.
So, yeah, exactly. Fucking...
Right. I mean, I get
But
it.
it's the return of the Avengers.
You get it, but
Wait.
you're like, it doesn't make any sense.
How highly anticipated is the return of the Avengers out there in
You mean with... They're going to slip in She-Hulk? Because I heard that. They're going to slip in the TV She-Hulk.
I had heard that she'd been fired. So if they do that, then it's not going to be Tatiana Maslany doing it.
Oh, no, it's going to be her.
Well, they must have come to an arrangement because I think she was trying to take legal action over it.
Oh, well.
Anyway, it might have been a court order.
Or it could have
Yeah,
been,
really?
it could have been
I'm
just
serious.
smoke and mirrors to, oh, good,
Well,
we
no,
got rid of that.
because-
Yeah, no.
No, long before She-Hulk even aired, when they first were announcing that they were going to do it, they were saying that they were planning on her being one of the new Avengers.
Yeah.
Long before it even aired. And then when it aired and tanked like it did, they had to rethink it.
Because you're a
And-
hateful white man.
And the whole thing with Jonathan Majors and Kang is the reason they're doing Doomsday, because it was supposed to be the Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's just been thrown together because their first plan got scrapped and they had to come up with something else
And,
in a hurry.
and
And they got Robert Downey to do it,
which
which they're counting on putting all the butts in the seats.
nope.
And,
Nope.
and yeah, no.
I will take a chicken to the fucking theater to throw at the fucking screen. I know, right? Fucking Jack Black motherfucker.
Chicken jockey.
So,
At least I get that movie. Jesus
Right?
Christ.
you didn't go see it, did you?
I don't know. I don't have money.
Oh, well. So if you had money, you
Not to give them. I wouldn't give them
No.
no money.
Ah.
I'll wait. I will wait
All
until
right.
that is free to watch somewhere.
Right?
So the Avengers,
I'll
it
just go
sounds
take
like...
rolls of toilet paper and just wait for somebody to say, "Great Scott!"
I'll just
So-
go play fucking Halo on my own, man.
So, do we need all the Fox Legacy X-Men characters in the Avengers movie? Because that's what's
No.
going to hang... That's what they're trying to hang the hat on.
No, and I had heard because they're doing that, people are asking why didn't they just bring the Fox Fantastic Four people over to reprise the Fantastic Four?
Exactly.
I mean, if they're going, especially alternate universe.
Especially going to... Because I told you the thing, how they could work them into the actual proper 616 universe, and it would work.
Yeah.
So they're all from alternate realities.
No. It would be a timey-wimey thing, but it would work. It would be actually comic book accurate, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
so they're not going to do it.
Yeah. And with the certain things that, platforms and all that shit. But,
But no,
All I'm hearing is that the only characters that are coming back that I care about are basically the mascots, which I'm not sure that's the best.
but no. The thing about bringing all them Fox people over, and I mean, no offense to them, and I'm not saying that. It's just that Deadpool and Wolverine opened the door to do that, which
well, we've talked about that, too, where they screwed that up with Avengers Assemble. But, yeah.
Yeah, and we have had other hints of it though too, and not just Multiverse of Madness, but
Which y'all love that movie, right?
Kelsey Grammer in the post credit of the Marvels.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of post credit scenes that aren't going anywhere. It's not leading to anything.
I mean, right? What do they do? What is?
They're
It
building.
used to be the post credit was for like the next movie
or the bigger.
something they were seriously coming back
Yeah.
to.
Well, they can't do that because they don't know if they're going to cancel that movie.
And can we talk about Jonathan Majors? Why was he Kang? Why wasn't Dr. Bashir Kang? Since you can't have Guilo be a character, which in fact, since he's a villain, shouldn't he always be white? But that's a whole other problem that you guys gloss over.
Oh yeah, white guys and villains, and I mean,
Right? Hello?
no.
Can they at least make us cool,
but the good roles need to be made available for diversity and inclusion.
Well, Dr.
I mean,
Bashir...
I heard that they were. I don't believe this to be true now that the Captain America came out with Giancarlo Esposito in it, because he was in talks with Marvel and people were speculating whether he was going to be Doctor Doom. Which, not that I think he would do a bad job, but no.
He always plays a bad
Sorry,
guy.
man.
Yeah.
The
And Dr. Doom's not gay. There, I said it.
No, not
Somebody
even.
say he was.
No, but because
Giancarlo is.
and more power to him, whatever.
Which,
But
no, I'm not bashing it.
but it's like he plays the same character all the time, and he's always, as the Blackadder would say, a great big radish. So yeah. So I just what the fuck are they doing?
I mean,
It's the who.
it seems to me they should have got somebody nobody's ever heard of to play Doctor Doom. That would be the thing that put him on the map.
Or you know what? The guy that played Dr. Doom in the Roger Corman film. Because I still like that movie better than any of the other ones.
Right, and you're not alone there either.
Yeah.
Many people.
So I
feel
just
that-
had to look it up because I have no idea who the fuck Kang is. I keep hearing Krang
Oh.
when you guys say
Krang!
Krang. So he's fucking teal.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, that's just the glass on his helmet.
Yeah.
still, he's teal.
Right? Yeah.
Why aren't they hiring a teal motherfucker?
People of color. And people of color. Yeah.
Younger
Now, if you get that reference, I love you. But like the High Evolutionary. Why did he have to be? I just wanted to see the Kirby helmet. I don't care who's under the mask. I don't give a shit.
Right.
So, fuck.
Yeah. Just anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Just dub him over.
And how much you want to bet we're going to be seeing Doctor Doom without his mask on?
Oh, all the time. Mugging for the camera. Look at me, I'm here. Ha ha.
Was it supposed to come off his mask?
He never
No.
takes his mask off because he
Never.
I don't ever remember
Yeah.
seeing.
No,
was
because
horribly disfigured.
he was so vain that
Because
he
of
would never
the-
show his face to anybody because of the scars he got.
Because of the accident that Reed caused.
that
during-
got him expelled from college. Yes,
So,
and then he went back to Latveria and turned it into one of the highest, standards of living in the world, and everybody loves him in Latveria. He's a great dictator, and then Reed Richards comes back from space and saves the world and
So,
gets all this notoriety, and he goes, "Are you fucking kidding me? Reed Richards? No, fuck you, Reed
So that-
Richards. I'll show you who the most
hold
brilliant
on,
man in the world
I'm gonna
is."
blow your guys' mind. So that picture in the back of the Art Adams book that I got,
Yeah,
where he has Trump as Dr. Doom.
yeah.
Oh, love
Yeah,
it.
in his own country, everybody loves him.
Yeah.
But the only reason he's a villain is because he just wants to one-up Reed Richards,
Right.
because his ego, his massive fucking, and his hatred for Reed Richards is what drives him.
Yeah.
And that's what drove him to the villainhood. But it's great.
Yeah.
It's
So,
more interesting
It's
than
all
the
about
other backstories.
just proving to the world that he is more
what
brilliant
did you say?
than
What did you
Richards.
say? Say it loud. Come on.
Go ahead, say that again. Yeah.
Speak into the speaker.
Nope, I haven't brain for it.
No. Oh, my God.
Uh-huh.
So,
Hold that thought. What?
now the Fantastic Four. The big turd in the room that's going to destroy everything.
I mean, which
It's going to destroy everything.
so many of us had such high hopes for,
But
Not high expectations necessarily,
So-
high hopes
So
that Marvel Studios would bring
Finally-
us the Fantastic Four.
So which was the one? What was the one that killed? That you're like, was it the Mandalorian or Silver Surfer with tits? That you're like, oh, what the fuck? Which one was the worst one for you?
Oh, it's the Silver Surfer for days. No contest.
No. See, I think they're both equal. But if you're really gonna hold a gun to my
But,
head,
I
it's
mean-
gonna be Pedro Pascal because I'm tired of seeing that motherfucker in every fucking thing.
You're not alone there either.
I know, but that's
Even Snarky J said that, and she's Hispanic and
so I can't be called a racist. Damn it!
no,
Yeah.
Yet
because
They will find a way.
I know.
it's not about his ethnicity. It's about him, who he is, and that he's just showing up in everything all of a sudden, and people are getting tired of it.
Right?
They're really desperate to get replacement star
And-
power.
I mean, even that notwithstanding, he is not Reed Richards, man. He is not suited to it at all.
No.
Not by any stretch.
No.
No pun.
Tell your
Waka.
pun, coward.
Wow. So yeah, but I can see how the Silver Surfer with tits is a problem too.
That in and of itself, somebody being miscast as one of fucking Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards,
It's like come
the smartest man in the world, and
on,
carrying the movie,
channel your inner Dick Cheney. Come on.
and just the whole thing with Reed and Sue and how they are and how she's got his back no matter how off, because he's socially awkward because he's so brilliant, and all that business, and she's got his back at all times, and she's the glue that holds the team together.
Ah, so you're remembering just character dynamics. It's a foreign concept. No.
No,
Well, he's not wrong. Is he wrong? No.
no, but I mean,
A wonderful thing.
all the way back to when they reacquired the rights and the properties, and I was
When they
thinking,
bought Fox, 20th Century Fox.
well, and whatever
Yeah.
their licensing agreements had
Yeah.
expired, and Marvel was able to reacquire those things, the X-Men and the FF and the other properties. I was like, finally, Marvel Studios, they can't blow the Fantastic Four, and they're
Like
going
a
to.
$2 horror, they're blowing it.
Fucking A, man.
Well, no, a $2 one. She knows what she's doing, but
Especially after all the other.
They put that $2 towards the special effects.
right?
I mean, the T1000. I said it in a comment the other day. Looks better. That silver metal.
And
Yeah.
we're not alone there, man. And
93, 92, something like
And
that.
Yeah.
I think it was WDW when they were breaking it down. They made the same crack about Godzilla that I did
Oh yeah.
with Galactus walking through the buildings.
Yeah, romper room. What the fuck?
They even backed it up and played the clip over with the sound of Godzilla screaming in the back. In it, I said the same thing. He's not Godzilla. What?
Yeah.
They're
and,
jealous of -1. That's for sure.
and well, they should be because look what he was able to do with no money. I mean, really, compared to the Marvel movies.
I want to say
Well, that-
their last one was 15 million
Mhm.
budget. I think it was bigger.
But a pittance compared to what they piss away on these Marvel movies.
Right. And if you look at all back to Phase 1 with the Silver Age characters that the Fantastic Four are part of.
It's
You
sort
look
of
at how
like
they did Iron Man; it was
It's
killer.
sort of like
You look at how they did Captain America; it was
So-
killer.
getting back
Thor was
getting back to Pedro. So it'd be sort of like having Kevin Smith be Captain America, right?
oh god.
Hilarious to see, but
It'd be funny,
But pretty much,
But it
right?
also-
Same kind of concept. Like, what the?
or like the old CBS TV movie with Reb Brown, where
Yeah.
it was just god awful,
Yeah,
just horrible.
that helmet.
Oh, and and the transparent shield that served as his windshield on his motorcycle was fucking stupid. Oh,
So let's talk about the X-Men. They actually didn't fuck up 97.
oh no, But they might be fucking up the next season because they fired the guy that,
Did all the good work.
that spearheaded the first season.
And the fact that how they're being introduced into the Marvel universe, and also, and then like, why is the Fantastic Four in another universe, and then they're going to come to the 616? Why and how and what? Are they just going to drag Galactus along with us, and then there goes that? Is this a way to hard reboot, like a Crisis of Infinite Earths or a Zero Hour?
I mean, it's all going to be tied. Well, I think it's back to Deadpool and Wolverine in the TVA.
Right?
They're going to kill someone off, and then they're going to say, "Oh yeah,
You know, 'cause
death doesn't matter. I'll just go to this other
Deadpool and
place."
Wolverine, it looked like they were really doing away with all the alternate universes and restoring one sacred timeline, if you
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
And if these characters and people playing them are going to be brought in, they will have been brought in from that alternate universe before they did away with it, and then they're stuck here, and it's going to be an amalgamation of all this. Fox people and Marvel Studios people and Sony people.
And I was thinking about it while we've been talking. Like, I was complaining about how the end of Daredevil season 1 should have had Luke Cage and Iron Fist and what's her name show up at the end, or
Yes.
and maybe even the twink Spider-Man. Just
Just
But what about fucking Blade show up?
yeah.
Fucking Wesley fucking Snipes. What the fuck? That would have been.
He needs the money.
Well, forget that but the Jesus Mother Mary,
No,
you know.
it comes across as lazy to me
Yes.
because
Lazy.
the fan response to all of the guest appearances in Deadpool and Wolverine was so overwhelmingly positive.
Even
But-
Elektra.
It was yeah.
People are hungry for anything.
But that was just a one-off, man.
Yeah.
You can't just recreate that
No.
and expect it to have the same impact.
No.
And it's like they're opting to bring in all these
So it's stunt casting.
Fox members of the X-Men to reprise their roles, so they don't have to go to the trouble of recasting people that fans will be satisfied with. Fans are already satisfied with these people, not necessarily.
No, Patrick Stewart. I don't want to see.
Not in that setting. And
Pat-
yeah, Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are both way too old.
Well, no.
Sorry, but they are.
Wow, I wasn't going to say that. I just, after what he did in Picard, I don't want to see Patrick Stewart. He's dead to me. He's dead, Jim. I'm
Yeah.
done with him.
And,
I don't want to see him.
I mean, even we got Storm in the What If episode, and it wasn't.
God, those were awful shows. The more you think about those, they really were.
Season 3 was not good.
God awful.
But we got Storm in the Girl Boss episode, right? But it was not some precursor to a live action or a caricature. It was a.
Now, did that with Halle Berry, did it
It
fall
wasn't
through, or did
Hal-
they never
As
going
far
to
as
do
I
it?
know,
They were never going to do it.
It's still up in the air.
Okay.
I think she doesn't want to come back to it.
So old.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to see her anyway. I wasn't crazy about her.
Yeah.
But
Now, Grace Jones, that would have been a hell of a storm.
But we got
Storm.
we got animated Storm in the animated What
Yeah.
If.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And it
that would be
was-
see actually.
With the mohawk?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Oh yeah.
In the before time, from the long ago. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That would have been fucking wild. Oh, that
Um,
crazy bit. Yeah. Check. Smell that. That's Roger Moore right there, son. No. Oh! And this one's Dolph Lundgren. Oh!
yeah.
Oh, man. I know. I just went there with it. Just,
We just lost 10 subscribers.
hey, come on. Maybe we gained 10.
Yeah,
Tom, it just means we get another 100 subscribers soon.
There we go.
There's that silver line.
So our next stretch goal is 1,000. So or do we gotta do 500? You want to do 500 or 1,000?
Oh shit! We'll just see how
How it
exponentially
goes.
we start to grow.
All right, cool.
Because we're past that 100 mark, and
We're gonna do it. No, yeah.
yeah, man, you never know.
Hey, come on! Whenever you can get a Laverne and Shirley thing in? Yeah, come on. And it was the
Right.
Ukrainian version. No.
He's good in both sides.
So, final thoughts.
About what?
Any of it. Anything. Or just...
They're not getting my money. Fuck them.
Augustus?
Pirate Bay for me, baby.
All right.
But here's hoping you can turn the ship around. I'll still steal it though.
You know, it's
Appropriate it extra legally. Don't say steal. It has such a caustic term to it.
If buying isn't owning, stealing isn't theft.
There you go.
You're just renting your license
Yeah.
for this movie you're not going to watch ever.
Exactly.
At least it's on my hard drive, not yours.
Yeah.
It's certainly not on my hard drive. Stay away.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, with that,
what he said. I don't know if
the vote can be turned around.
turning the boat around is even a worthy venture anymore. Would even be
Wow.
worth the effort because what they're done and how they buried themselves, and it's a shame.
Shame, shame, shame.
It is because he who took it to the market should still lead the market, and Marvel Studios took it to the market in a way that nobody had ever done before. Sure, why not?
All right. Bonus round. We're going to talk about Superman. And,
And how good it looks,
yeah.
and why, and the fact that
And why is everybody picking on it?
because they're afraid it's going to be good.
Ah, yes.
Who's playing him this time?
I don't forget the guy's name,
Who cares? Yeah.
but
I mean, I've seen the trailers, but it's hard to know if they're real anymore. That's the problem.
That's true,
Because
yeah.
I know there was an issue with a fake
no.
AI trailer for
there's
Superman.
many of them, and I've learned how to pick them out. I know which ones are fake. They're they look official, but they're not. If it doesn't say it's straight from Marvel or IDW or one of the official like
The other right channels.
places, it's fake. But no, it just looks like James Gunn is going to bring us the Superman that we all know and
And-
love in a
and
way
the
that
Superman-
is going to look. It's going to be great.
Is David Cornsweet?
Corn sweat,
Cornsweet.
something like that.
That is
Wow.
unfortunate.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a Midwest name,
Yeah.
if I have ever heard one.
Right.
I got
Sounds like he's straight out of Smallville.
Husking some corn.
I got me the corn sweats. No.
I got the corn sweats.
Like the too much macaroni sweats. No.
Oh
Oh my God, a Futurama reference. I can't help it.
Like Moses, bring me macaroni sculptures.
So,
Dude, we're just running the gamut right now.
right?
Too bad we can't get our Gene Hackman cameo anymore. But
This is true. But
That's the only thing I really don't want to see in a Superman.
fake it. Why not?
I don't want to see in a Superman movie is him fighting a bald man. I mean, I'm glad there's aliens and the Justice League and all that. So I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt that it's like, all right, the bald man's going to be there, but it's not going to be, oh, I got to go fight Lex Luthor.
do we know what the plot is? We don't know what the plot
Oh, I don't even care. I don't care. I saw robots.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in that trailer.
I saw the dog. I saw that thing. The burn and that was something from the All-Star comics, and it was
Yeah.
something from the 50s.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck that eye thing
Well,
was.
James Gunn brought us Starro, man.
Yeah,
In Suicide Squad 2, Starro.
right?
And made it work.
So I'm down for it. Whatever he's gonna do, I have faith.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one might be worth seeing.
yeah.
No, I think it will definitely be worth a sit through.
When
And
does it come out?
soon, June, I think.
June?
July 11th, it says.
Alright.
July 11th. Okay.
What date is that? What day is that? It's a Friday.
It should be.
Probably like a Wednesday.
Friday.
Probably a Wednesday.
But no, it just because we haven't really had that Superman since Christopher Reeve,
Yeah.
and that's the Superman everybody wants to see. And even Brandon Routh, he did it, but
What day is it?
that movie wasn't as good, But
So Friday is. Do we want to meet up and go see Superman?
Oh, that's a long way off road, dude.
No, totally. Yeah, I would. You gotta plan ahead of
I would
time.
be okay with it.
Yeah.
But
But
Certainly.
We'll see as it comes up.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we got Andor coming next week. We got Thunderbolts coming the week after.
Yeah.
that was kind of predictive, sort of what's going to happen with them.
And I'm going to go see AC/DC in Las Vegas next Saturday
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
on the Power Up Tour. And I can't wait. Last chance you're going to have to see AC/DC. And I got tickets and I'm going. And
We're never going to see you again.
oh, you will.
You'll end up in the desert somewhere.
but I'll be a different person then. It's going to be a very emotional show for many reasons. For me personally, but also because it's Malcolm. You know, it's their tribute to Malcolm. I can't wait, and I can't believe I'm going. So,
At least he's going somewhere to have fun rather than to the movies.
oh no!
Oh.
And that right there, folks, is what's wrong with everything now, is that the movies is a chore.
Yeah, no, you said a mouthful there, man.
I would sooner drive to a concert and provide my own snacks.
No, there's no way am I coming out of AC/DC with my ass dragging behind me, saying, "What did I even do? What was I thinking even coming here?"
Right?
You'll be asking
I'm
the same
sorry,
question.
I'm tired of doing that at the movies.
Exactly.
Nosferatu was the last really good one we came out of.
Yeah.
We're both like, that was really good.
Yeah.
Loved it. And you should come out of most of them saying that. That was really good.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Not, oh my God, what were they
What the-
thinking?
yeah,
what did I just sit through?
Yeah.
Tired of that, you guys. Get back to basics. James Gunn looks like he's getting back to basics with Superman, and it looks like it's going to work.
Alrighty.
And everybody could take a page from the book of James Gunn.
Yes.
I hope Zod's in it. I want to see Zod again.
Like
Kneel
big-
before Zod.
yeah, the
Yeah.
big Jufro chest hair.
Yeah.
Like,
Why
you
not?
know, Terrence Stamp or.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I'm happy about Superman because it means I might get Lobo.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah,
He
I'm
might
a
show
Lobo
up.
fan.
Yeah. And we've seen a lot of things of what was the guy, the Metamorpho? What's his name?
Yeah,
He's in it.
yeah,
And then you got the Mr. Terrific and
yeah.
Guy Gardner and Hawk Girl, Hawk Woman, whatever.
Whatever.
I don't know, but
Hawk
you know
Girl?
that whole thing really bothers me. Is like the dude has to wear bandoliers, but not the woman. The woman gets a shirt. What the fuck? That is so sexist. All right, with that,
Hey, if you're still listening, thanks for sticking through this. Thank you for your subscriptions. Stay tuned, and as always,
like, share, subscribe.